Welcome everyone to another 501 Witty podcast. Hey, thank you for watching wherever time it is in your particular area code, time zone, and things to that degree. I'm your host Clyde, I want to say the third, aka the Phoenix, with my partner over here.
JD Hill. That's it. That's how I'm coming when y'all. We were on Sunday. It's all about the man.
Yeah, the man in the middle here. So, hey man, who you are, what you got going, let's talk about it.
Chef-Boy-R-Nellums, CBR's Catering, that's CBRZ Catering. Catering brought right by Zachary. Been doing this for a little minute. As far as cooking, I got about 25 plus years of experience under my belt.
Oh, really?
And started off at some of the staples in Little Rock. Rega's Bar and Grill. Used to be on Shackford where PF Chains was. It's closed now, but right down Shackford, man, that's where I started off rolling silverware, man. And
Really?
started rolling silverware, and I remember one evening I was standing there. It was a Friday, I always work weekends and stuff like that, but it was a Friday night, and I was standing there after I caught up all my silverware because I used to do it as quick as I could. It was easy. It was silverware. I was standing there on the line.
But some people do though.
Yeah, they can. It can be messed up. And I was standing there on the line watching, and just watching the guy do the salads and stuff like that. And the kitchen manager, Ray Jones, he said, "You standing there watching him, man, jump in and help him."
Right.
And from there on, man, it's been me cooking. So I learned, by the time I turned 21, I started that job when I was like 15 years old. By the time I turned 21, I did every position in the restaurant, from waiting tables all the way to rolling silverware, cooking, all the positions. They would get ready to offer me a position for management, but I was headed to the military, so.
Already. I know all about that. Thanks for serving, as they say.
Yeah,
Even it's crazy about that, bro. You gotta go to these restaurants and they don't fucking give a discount for military. I'd be like, what the hell? I said, y'all don't give my military, they be faking.
You think you're gonna get something for it, but they want to do something on Veterans Day and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's November.
Yeah.
I gotta wait. I gotta wait a full year to finally get a discount.
Most of them say, "Oh yeah, we do something for Veterans Day." I know I went to Golden Corral to try to get a discount. Every now and then I go there, and they was like, "No, we don't. Oh, we do it on Veterans Day."
Trust me, it'd be surprised how many restaurants that don't do military, don't even do a military discount.
My wife is always telling me, just whenever we go anywhere to try to book hotels and stuff like that, check if they got a military discount.
No, for real.
Yeah, you should. Yeah,
so she done feed it to me.
It's like, hey, you save the money on a particular reservation, you put more towards the food you buy while you're there,
That's
for her, shopping. She knows what she's doing.
Yeah. She done beat it into me, so I always check for the discounts and stuff. But man, back to my story. So worked at Rega's. I was kitchen manager at Cajun's Wharf for about 4 or 5 years.
Hate that, man.
That was a spot.
Like plenty though. Oh man, drink. Man, we miss you.
Yeah, for real.
And then did those things. I've worked at Burger King and Popeyes, management in different places like that.
Oh, really?
Moved to Jonesboro to do. I got a friend of mine that owned a couple of tropical smoothies, and he wanted me to be the general manager out there. So moved to Jonesboro, learned some more stuff and did that, and that's where I met my wife and got to my final stop, which was ASU. Ended up working at A-State.
Oh, really?
And was the catering operations manager, and by that time it kind of clicked in my head, like, man, I'm doing this. I know how to do X, Y, and Z for all these different, for the restaurant business. I know how to do this. I know how to do that. I've learned how to run a catering operation and stuff like that. And it's like, man, I can do this for myself. Like, why am I steady making all these other people money or helping them stay in business and stuff? And I can take everything I learned from all these places and put it in myself.
Oh, really?
So that's what I did. And
congratulations, brother.
Yeah.
I'm here. I made it. I just came out with my line of seasonings.
Talk about it. Tell them what you got in front of us.
I got 7 seasonings. One of them is actually sold out. So I'm going.
You hear that? People love it.
Yeah, they love it.
That's a good thing.
This is the top seller. I'm surprised. I actually just got some more of this in stock last week. Magic dust. Everybody's loving the magic dust. This is similar to
angel dust.
It's no. That's my tea. I got a crack tea there. But no, this is similar to the seasoning that you would get like if you go to Sharks, that they got all over their chicken and French fries and stuff. Okay. But what I found is people was putting it on vegetables and all kinds of stuff, man. I just did Do or Die was here Friday for Door Friday. Shout out to Denise Irby for allowing me to do that. And I cooked the meal. You know, I was selling plates there, but I also cooked the meal for Do or Die, and I did like a little chicken and waffle platter with some French fries and stuff like that. But put this on my chicken, man, and I kid you not, AK.
Already.
Sitting there eating the chicken, he was like, man, it's the best chicken I've ever had, and I'm picky with my food. I don't eat everybody's food and stuff like that, but this right here.
And you done beat Harold's and all of them up there.
That man said this is the best chicken I've ever had. And then gave me his phone number, told me to give him a call and get back in contact with him. So
that's good. Yeah.
So that's a blessing. But I got, so my 4 basic seasonings, and when I say basic, the foundation, because what I'm going to do is from time to time add different seasonings on and do, you know, this was my summer line. So this was the Sweet Memphis Rub, the Applewood Smoke, and then the other one was the Honey Chipotle. That's like, was my summer.
And that's when it sold out, you talking about?
Yeah, the Honey Chipotle is the one that sold out. And then these are my basic 4 flavors that I'm going to always carry: all-purpose, steak and potato, magic dust, and a garlic butter. And
so I'm guessing your all-purpose is like your season.
Let them see the all-purpose. Let's see the first 4 you talking about.
The base 4.
Get the base 4 up front, guys. Front and center.
The base 4, man, and I'm gonna tell you, like, I don't know how I forgot this. So these 2, the all-purpose and the magic dust, you can actually go to Uncle T's Food Mart and pick it up at Uncle T's. Shout out
to T's.
It's been sold there now. So I was excited about that and stuff, man. I'm gonna be honest. What I'm doing and what I'm following is the blueprint that Truth Sauce, Keith Tucker, has done and put out for us, man. He's laying a blueprint and a foundation and showing that it can be done, man. Right. So why not follow what he did the trailblazing set for us all. So follow them.
And he's at Walmart now.
Yeah, he's at Walmart. He's at a lot of places, man.
Getting out
just getting it in. Getting it in for real. So I mean, this is not my. I mean, I got the seasonings out, but my main focus is catering.
Right.
I got the catering. These are the seasons that I use in my food.
Okay.
So I figure, everybody loves my food. Everybody loves catering. What I do when I put out my spinach dips, or when anything that I make, like not even being cocky or anything like that. It's just,
be cocky. Talk your shit.
My pastor always used to tell me at Jonesboro, it's a sad dog that don't wag his own tail. So, just being honest, people always love my food, and this is the season that I use. So I figure, why not put it out to the people? I got a little step that I'm gonna do. I got to put my seasonings out. Now I'm working on my cookbook to show everybody that these are.
Well, you said some old, because nowadays, especially these modern women, they don't even have a cookbook.
No.
They don't know nothing about that. A cookbook.
Yeah, no.
Put that shit in the microwave and shut the fuck up.
Put out a cookbook, man, and just kind of let people, recreate some of the things that I do. I'm not gonna give away all my secrets.
Of course not. We're not asking to.
No, I wouldn't.
We don't want to be sniped from the far.
Nobody's gonna call me to come cook for them if I did that.
Well, now they probably will, because you can't. Everybody can try to do it, but it's just like grandma. You know what I'm saying? Something about how grandma used to do it. You can't do it the same way. You can get all the ingredients, but you just can't hit it like, you know what I'm saying?
I'm saying you want to keep that stuff in the vault too, like this McDonald's secret sauce, even though it's just $1,000.
$1,000 sandwich.
Something mixed together. Probably a couple other things.
Already.
Man, it's just I just got so many different plans and things that I want to do, and this is just one of the steps. Working on getting me a brick and mortar, so I can, have people can come to me, and because I did a little test run with a food truck for a little minute that me and this lady was supposed to partner up. It didn't work out the way it was supposed to, but I did the test run with the food truck for a couple of days, and man, people showed up. So I know it can be done. So like I said, that's my next thing is to get the brick and mortar, and then I got a trailer that I want to do, but the food trailer is going to be more towards my catering. I'm going to have a mobile food truck, a mobile kitchen, I should say, where every time I go to events, I will have a kitchen with me where I can just do what I need to do.
Add on to it or do whatever it is.
So, and that's great. So before we go too far advanced to where you are right now, take a moment right now to kind of talk to someone who may be not necessarily dealing with the food aspect, but just believing in oneself, thinking about particularly making a move, and just going forward.
You got to do it. You got to
talk to them.
You got to take them steps, man. That's the one thing that I've learned in the past 2 years about just being an entrepreneur, just putting together your own events or whatever it is. Really get to the point you want to get yourself to the point mentally and financially where you don't have to depend on nobody else. If you say you want to put together a show or put together a pop-up, do it. There's no reason why. I mean, it's plenty for everybody. That's one thing that people seem to hate on each other here in Little Rock about. It's plenty for everybody to get.
It's a common thing we say a lot on this channel. It's unfortunate.
It's so many lanes you can do just because you sell earrings or sell seasoning or sell whatever you sell. It's not the same thing that somebody else got. Right. So that's your lane. You created your own lane.
And also, it's good for variety as well.
It is.
I mean, because it's like, even to some of the shit was ink pens.
Yeah.
There's 20,000 different ink pens.
Just go to the grocery store. Go to the grocery store and look at all the different brands.
But it's the same product, but it got a different name.
And you have the option to do it. And then, even for ourselves as humans, we love variety, right?
Yeah.
You may go to Taco Bell or whatever the case may be, but you're not going there every time. You can get tacos from Tacos for Life, Taco Bueno. You can go and just switch it up. So back to your particular premise.
You got to get to that point where you're not afraid to be a trailblazer or afraid to jump out and just step out on your own, man. I love the fact that just this past, my last event that I had was a karaoke night. And I put it together and it was like, a lot of the things, the events that I do, honestly enough, my wife will be seeing, she'll sit there scrolling the phone as all women do, and she'll say, "Oh, that looked fun. They had this in Houston, or they had that in Atlanta, and that looked fun. That's something I would want to do.
Let's make it happen.
Yeah. I'm gonna put that together.
Say less.
And that's what I do. I put it together. I call up, and that's the thing too. You work with so many different people, man. You can go through my phone, man. And I can call if you want somebody to cut down a tree, if you want somebody to take a picture, make a graphics, want somebody to come sing. You can just you network and you connect with these people, but you keep an honest, positive relationship with them.
Right.
Don't try to screw nobody over.
Right.
And it's gonna always work out for you, man. People gonna love to do favors for you. When you call
and stand behind your product, whatever it is doing your work
consistently.
Yes.
Make consistent every time. It's the same way. That's one thing I've heard about my food. When you eat my spinach dip on Sunday, it's the same thing on next Friday when you get it. It's the exact same way. Each event you go to, my stuff is the same.
It ain't gonna be lacking one day and then popping the next.
Like it was good last time, but this time it wasn't
all that.
Ain't no love in this food.
No, you got to stay consistent with it, man. But just for you, the people that want to go out and do things on your own, don't be afraid to do that. Jump out there, take chances.
Right.
Again, just this weekend, I'm not gonna go into much detail, but I took an L this weekend. But I was telling one of my friends at church about it, and he told me something real smart because I told him I learned from it what I learned, and he was saying that you can't learn anything by winning all the time.
Yeah.
You got to lose.
You get comfortable winning.
Yeah, you got to lose every now and then, and so you can learn a lesson. You lose, hopefully you will learn a lesson. If not,
you're a fool.
Yeah.
I mean, something to repeat the same.
In order to be a boss, you gotta take a loss, man.
So, facts.
And that's the thing. So if you do something and try something and fail at it, it's okay. Keep on trying. Keep on. If it didn't work this way, go at it this way.
Right.
So that's what it is.
God got you in the end too, but you got to do some work. And
you got to do the work yourself too.
Sure.
Yes.
He gonna lay everything out in front of you, and it's gonna be right there. But you just got to get the work to get to it. You got to take those steps and take the actions needed to get to those positions and stuff.
So now that you set the groundwork, letting people know, motivate them and things to that degree. Talk about the initial first wave, because you don't really know what the reception is going to be, right?
Oh no.
So once you go out there, now you start to do it. Talk to people about how you felt and what was going on in those first, let's say 6 months or however long you've been in this
first 6 months, man.
It
was crazy. It would be like 1 month, phone ringing off the hook, people calling. And then the next month, I'd be like, man, I guess I tell my wife. I remember telling her like, man, I guess it's over with. Like, my phone ain't ringing no more. I said, I guess it's over with. My phone ain't ringing no more. And she just looked at me like, man, shut up. Like it takes time. It's not gonna happen overnight, and that's something I've always been, I guess you could say, hard-headed about, just even when I was young and trying to call myself hustling and doing things. It was like I wanted it to happen overnight, and it don't.
You was in the sprint and not the marathon.
So are you impatient still to this day?
Not at all.
I
I value the times when my phone don't ring now, to be honest with you, man, because I be so busy and constantly booked up, and booked and busy as my people always
I'm
say.
glad you fit this in your schedule. So.
Yeah. I be so booked and busy, man, that when I have a weekend when I don't have nothing going on, or 2 weekends in a row, I'm loving it. Yeah. I'm enjoying it because it's like, man, I can spend time with my family. I can take my dog out on a walk. I can wash the clothes, wash the car, do different things like that I need to do at home that I've been neglecting because I've just been so busy. Because I don't ever want to be so successful that I don't take care of home and spend time with my
work-life balance.
Yeah. I want to spend time with my son and stuff.
Don't take that ass. Don't blow up his phone.
Right.
Now, don't never take that ass. But say still call. He said
we all need some time off mentally and stuff, man. Just because, especially with this entrepreneurship, man, it's draining. A lot of people don't realize how much work really comes with it. A lot of times, man, you'll be up, you'll be happy, you'll be going, and then it's like you stress, like, man, I got to get this money together to do this or just do. People don't really get how much really comes with it. Oh, man. You just think I want to be an entrepreneur and just think it's just gonna come. It's gonna fly.
No, you got to put that work in. It's a labor. It's a labor of love for real.
Yeah, the same work that I put in for a 9 to 5. I get up at 5 o'clock in the morning to, if I got to prep or do something for an event, I would still get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, and work all day long just because it's my thing and I want to give it the same attention. Like I said at the beginning, if I can do it for them, I can do it for myself. So I'm going to get up at 5 o'clock, I'm going to get up and I'm going to get the same work and effort all day long to my own business. Just so it'll be successful, man. You got to want it.
So when it comes to being successful, you not saying you made it, but you are where you at. But you're thankful for where you're at.
Oh yeah. But now, and you on your way.
There you go. Yeah. And so, but take a step back into like before you just launched. You had the initial concept, the conceptual idea to do what you're doing. Could you envision, say, you know what, I'm gonna be here at this point, and then now where you're at, does it match up?
It does, man. It's crazy because I don't know. Again, it's a sad dollar don't wag is on tell. I've always been very talented, even as a teenager, from doing graphics and different, putting together my own little YouTube show and stuff like that. And I was talented, but ahead of my time. I was doing things that people wasn't doing. It was just like people just wasn't really feeling it at the time. So I always knew that it was going to be something that because again, you keep trying, it don't work, try something else. And I just knew I was going to hit something one day that was going to make me successful. And so I did. When I started the cater thing, it was really more of my cousin. Like I said, I told her I can cook, and she was like, "Well, you need to get out there and do it." And I was just like, "Well, maybe one of these days." I was always the one after life beat you up so much. It's like, well, I get to it maybe one day. And she was like, "No, you're doing this wedding." And I was like, "Okay, well maybe you're doing this wedding." Right. And once I did the wedding, it just kind of happened. And like I said, once you start seeing that you can do things your way and stuff like that, and it's your rules, and then you're telling other people this is how I want it versus somebody telling you how they want it, then you can see your vision, and when you see it come together, when you actually see it in front of you, it's amazing. Right. It's amazing, man.
No, congratulations, bro. I'm happy for you. It's just cool to see our people doing what they dreamed of and what they love doing. Because I would imagine, like me, I love to write. For those who know me, I love movies, I love films, and I'm writing. I'm writing like a motherfucker.
I need to get with you. I got some ideas on some.
Oh, we can talk offline. But when it comes to you and what you're doing with the food and the catering or whatever, like, speak about just the love of just handling meat, product, cooking, do all that.
Yeah, I love cooking. The most satisfying thing for you spend all day or a couple of days prepping, getting ready, and it might be an event for 150, 200 people, and you spend a couple of days, prepping and getting ready and stuff like that. But the payoff is once you see them people eating, and like you see something, and I do this all the time. I see somebody take their first bite of something, they just be like,
yeah, exactly.
You like, and I'm watching it from across the room, like, yeah, I got you.
Right. Speak to me too. Have you ever seen somebody so full of your stuff, they be like, pass out?
Yeah, it's that too, man. They get the itis, so they come back around, and they just be like, man. I had this lady just last night with my spinach dip, and she ate.
I gotta try the spinach. You talking? That's like your 15 times stuff.
The rustic chicken pasta and my spinach dip is my two best, my highest sellers. But yeah, she came around, man, and she was just like, "Don't you make no more?" And I it was my pasta. I'm sorry, it was pasta at the Do It Die concert. She said, "Don't you make no more pasta like that? That was so good." I said, "I appreciate it, but you know, I know that it's good. I know I got a good product, and so I continue to make it the exact same way every time, and people love it, man. And I just love to watch them across the room, people smiling or tapping their friend, like, "Man, did you get some of this?" And they come back and get some, like it was so good, you know.
Right.
Real quick, before we go to commercial break, let the people know where they can find you, how they can reach you.
So you can reach me at CBRZ Catering. That's Facebook, Instagram, and my website, www.cbrzcatering.com. On that website, you can go on there. You can, of course, buy my seasonings. You can buy some of my tea, my CBR's tea. I changed the name. I used to call it crack tea. But I just thought
it over well.
Well, it was going well, man. But it was just like I thought about it, like, man, I don't want to make.
You might
I got this whole
algorithm may work against you in that regard.
I got this whole elegant website and stuff, and then you go in there and you see crack tea, and so I got rid of that. So it's just CBR's tea, man. People love that. You can do any of the orders and stuff. You can see my menus. I got like 8 different menus with multiple options on there that you can choose from for stuff. You can always try to contact me and book me, and you know it has a little inquiry on there for that. You can see any upcoming events that I got going on. The phone number is 501-541-7433.
Don't be afraid to use that number now.
No, use it.
He said 1 month is cool, 2 months he needs some.
I get to hear from 2 months.
Yeah.
And also, when you do have a date in mind that you want to get booked for, don't wait. Don't hesitate. You know, call me up. Let's get you booked
beforehand.
Because people will call and say, "Oh yeah, I want this date," and I'll be like, "Okay," but for me, it's just conversation until you pay the deposit.
Yeah.
So you know, somebody else will call them, they'll pay the deposit, and then that person will call back and like, "I'm sorry, I'm booked." You know, "Oh man, I should have got it." Yeah, you should have.
Yeah, you should have.
Yeah, because like I've cooked for Sarah Huckabee. I've cooked for Chris Jones, that's running for governor. I've done the Mason and Eastern Stars Grand Ball. I've done apartment association, numerous weddings, numerous home events. So yeah, it's I got a pretty nice resume just from my catering alone.
And everything he just spoke about as far as content information, maybe in the description box below, there'll be links that you can just click on and go straight to it. I'll make sure that happens. But we're gonna go to commercial break real quick. JD, where can they find you at? Because we gotta promote you too, sir.
Well, you know, JD here on Facebook, also with D_solution on IG, Snapchat, all that good stuff. So, one thing I noticed too, I want to jump back into this. On the back hood, if you running low, when you get here, you can scan it.
Man, I'm a marketing man.
Since we've been sitting there talking about it, you can scan the back hood when you running low to order more.
Hey, be right there at the door.
I bring it to you, or we can get it mailed to you.
That's what's up, man. I just noticed that when we sit there talking about it.
I don't see that on lorries in the store.
No, you scan right here, man. It'll get you right to my page, and
we can get you situated.
Get you tight
whatever you need.
Yeah, that's what's up.
If you have not subscribed, guys, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. We'll be right back from this commercial break.
All right.
Yo, what's going on, Little Rock? It's your boy Zach from CBR's Catering. Make sure you go to Uncle T's, pick up my seasonings. You can also find them at www.cbrzcatering.com. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram. Shout out to 501 Witty for having me on the show. Y'all go subscribe.
He gonna say when I get my money. Nah, I see they got the dinner for 2 on there. You know, trying to get all romantic. You know,
that's actually about a cannabis couple first luring their first victims.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's that story about dinner for 2. It's white folks, as you can see, it says Caucasian male and female, and they're basically luring their first set of victims in. They're a cannabis couple.
So when you get to that point where they get ready to sit down and eat, man, call me. I'll put together a nice, pretty plate for you.
Oh, and then we have season. Was your
No, I mean, yeah, they can sprinkle the season on there too.
Okay,
just, you know what I'm saying? When you get ready to put your plate together.
make it as authentic as possible.
Yeah.
Now, granted, they're going to probably have body parts. So.
That's fine.
Okay, gotcha.
Put some kale around the foot or something like that.
There you go.
Kale, man. Yeah, sure.
But we are back on it.
Okay, then. Welcome back with 501 Witty. We are here with CBR Catering himself, the man. One thing I wanted to ask you, and I thought it was dope that you said this too. When you said that you were on your job, when you first started out, you were you know, getting the silverware together.
Yeah.
But you didn't stop there. What you did was you took the opportunity to learn every position in a company, and that's what a lot of people go to work and they be like, well, I work on this, and that's all I'm gonna do is work on this, instead of taking the opportunity to, okay, I'm gonna go over here and learn this. I might just go stand on this person's shoulder and watch them punch a button. Did you tell them what made you feel like that was the thing that you were supposed to do?
It's just crazy just thinking back, man. Any job that I had, and I've had a lot of jobs.
Yeah.
Any job that I ever went to, man, unintentionally, I always did that. I always watched and learned every position in the house, and almost to the point where I kind of made myself the most valuable person, where it wasn't like I'm trying to outshine everybody, nothing like that. It's just, I mean, this is fun to me. Okay, I can learn, I can do that, I can do that. I mean, why not learn how to do all this stuff like that? So if somebody called in, or, you know, something like that, I can jump in and do that. And the boss said, like, okay, well, maybe I need to get him some more money. I think that's where it always kind of ended up being about, you know, just making myself valuable. But it was just something I always did, and thinking back on it, it's crazy that I did that, because it came into play where I'm at
where
now.
you are now.
It was just always building, man. God don't make no mistakes.
No, thanks. I mean, I don't go too deep in the woods of that, but there's a big absence of God in today's environment, and a lot of people going astray. But we don't gotta go too deep into that. But speaking back to cooking in general, tell the people outside that spinach dip that I need to try one of these days. What is you may have a lot of favorites. Can you give me like a top 3, 4?
I really love doing the russet chicken pasta.
All right.
That's my pasta that I make. I use penne pasta, spinach, tomatoes, black olives, chicken, turkey sausage. I was using regular sausage at first, and I realized
everybody don't do pork stuff.
So why not just eliminate the pork out of it? So I don't have to. So everybody can enjoy it and love it. So I do turkey sausage, and then I make a Parmesan cream sauce from scratch. And man, I sell that. People will call me all the time. They're like, yeah, that's on the website. Look, I got a pan at the house too. I could have brought.
You could have. But that would have been right on time.
I am hungry.
Yeah. The pasta, the spinach dip, of course. My tea. Okay. And then if I had to say a fourth one, would be my chicken and waffles. And I got 2 different plates on the chicken and waffles. I got your regular chicken and waffles, but then I made a barbecue pulled chicken and waffle, where it's like the waffle. Then I do a peach bourbon. I forgot the peach bourbon part. So I do a peach bourbon barbecue sauce, mix it in with the pulled chicken, put it on top of that with some coleslaw on top of it. So,
I need to get in tune then. I'm lacking right now.
So that's your favorites, right? Now you may be good at a lot, right? But we all have our little shortcomings in a sense.
Oh yeah.
Pizza people, you can speak out loud too. What's the most challenging thing you attempted but haven't perfected?
Bacon. I cannot bake. The thing about baking is it's a form of cooking, but like when I'm cooking, when I'm whipping something up in a skillet or a pot or something like that, if I go too far one way, I can add this to it, or I can change it.
Balance it out.
You can change it. You can do things with bacon. You got to get it right before you put it in the oven, because it's not no coming back.
No, fact.
It's not no coming back, man. So that's one thing I don't fool with the bacon, man, at all. I mean, I got like a bread pudding that I make, and banana pudding. That's about as far as I go with desserts and stuff like that. I got strawberry bread pudding, but again, it's really easy because you can mix the stuff up. You can taste it before you add it to. But just making a cake and stuff like that, man,
it's a lot of patience.
Yeah, it's a straight science. I just don't have the patience for that part of it.
Right.
So I don't do the baking and singing. I can't sing.
You can't sing. But you just did the karaoke thing.
I did.
You didn't get on the mic.
No, I didn't.
No record deal. So you know your limits. Huh?
No record deal.
We sat at home and practiced and said, yeah, we might sing. And my wife sat there and we kind of played around with a couple songs. And I was like, nah, man, we're not going to do that, because, you know, but there was some people that got up there, man. I appreciate everybody participated, but there was some people up there that, you know, they knew they wasn't coming to.
So they just come to have a good time. Yeah, just come out there and But speaking to that though, you said that your wife was scrolling, and she seen that they do different stuff everywhere else. I think it's cool that you know, we here in Little Rock. You know what I'm saying? It's good that we can bring stuff back to. Like stuff like that is just something fun to do for an older crowd. You don't have to try to go rub elbows in these clubs and possibly, you know.
I can't tell you when the last time I went to a club, man. So I don't even
age out of that stuff.
being
real.
I don't even know what that scene looks like anymore.
Right? No.
I want to go have a good time and go back home. That's what it is. But while I'm there, I want it to be a certain vibe. I want you to feel comfortable, like. It's hard to explain, but it's that vibe, though, man.
Right, of course.
I want you to feel like you're in a Tyler Perry movie.
Okay, yeah, that's cool.
When you talk about stuff, man. Like that's one thing I always look back on. What was it, Diary of a Mad Black Woman, where they went to that juke joint.
And
they was on stage painting and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Doing a little, that set a whole thing in my head. Like that's the type of events that I want to put together
Here in the city.
Yeah.
So, what about some of the events that you've done and some of the ones that you maybe got planned?
Oh, I got the one I got coming up is a murder mystery. I want to do that, and we just talked about that a little bit.
Offline.
Coming soon. I'm not even gonna really touch on that murder mystery. If you don't know what it is, it's almost like a real life game of Clue, a whodunit. You know, somebody comes up dead or something like that, and we incorporate the meal with it. Not saying that the meal is what kills the person. It could just be somebody gets shot or just anything.
Correct.
Or somebody goes to the bathroom.
Your food don't kill nobody. Just get them full. Get them full and then
put you to sleep. That's supposed to do. I also want to do a black derby.
Okay.
I've seen on Facebook where they have the, men getting little porter suits and stuff like that with the little top hats.
Right.
Not even top hats, but the little ball hats and stuff, and the women wear the little stuff with the veils on it. And, so it's just a whole, so I'm going to do a black derby event, and that's actually going to be at the Little Rock Yacht Club. That's where I'm going.
Oh, really? Okay, cool. So it's already in the works.
It's in the works, yeah.
That's cool.
So that's the thing, man. As I was saying before, when you want to do something, you got the connects and the way to just do it. Just do it, man.
No need to hesitate.
Yeah, and the more things you do, the more your name's gonna start carrying that weight, and people gonna say, oh well, hey, I know I went to his last, Brunch with Mac, or I went to Applehead Studio when he did that at the Applehead Bar, man. His food is always good, and I know he know how to put the things together. So
We're gonna come out and see. Yeah.
So just to follow up on just some, I guess, procedural things. Before the break, you kind of told people where to go, how to get there, and make sure they put their deposit down. Want to be serious.
Yeah, big facts.
Big facts. No, seriously.
Yeah.
Can you speak to, like, let's say you get the gig or whatever, or something is the transaction taking place. Is there some do's and don'ts you want to tell with people in regards to from the customer side of things, or even from your side, like some do's and don'ts out there? Just make sure business goes smooth.
To make sure business goes smooth, for one thing, once you, as a customer, once you set your menu and we've talked about what your expectations are of me, just let me do that. You don't have to keep on watching and coming and checking and make sure, like, you go enjoy yourself. You hired me to do something, so, let me do that while you go and handle your business. Or, if it's a wedding, I haven't had any bridezillas or anything like that, but hopefully
you don't.
But most of the time, people have a wedding planner at their wedding, so I always tell the brides and the groom and stuff like that, like, after they book me and we've talked about their menu and stuff like that, if you got a wedding planner, I don't expect to talk to you anymore. And it's not being disrespectful or anything, but you got a whole plethora of stuff to worry about. Let me in the wedding planner. Any problems that come up or anything like that, I'm gonna talk to the wedding planner to take that stress off of you, because that's what you hired us for.
Right.
So that's one thing I always tell them.
You asking for the trust.
Yeah.
You booked me for a reason. Trust me to do my job. As my mom always say, let me pluck that chicken.
Yeah. I like that. Let me pluck that chicken.
Now, when you go to like a venue, I'm assuming you do a lot of your cooking and stuff at your house, or do you do stuff on site?
It depends, man. It's a blessing when I get to a spot, and that's one thing too. That's part of preparation. Whenever I find out what a venue is, I always call to find out what type of equipment they have. They have a kitchen, catering kitchen, full kitchen, and I'm writing all this stuff down on the form that I fill out for my customers. So, it's always going to a spot and they got a kitchen, man. I love it. I just did a wedding last night. they had a kitchen, a full kitchen downstairs.
Okay.
And then you get upstairs and they had a small prep kitchen for, so that was perfect. Like I love when you get somewhere because it just make it go so.
I was gonna say, take the load off you, maybe just at the house, because whatever you do at the home or if you're home base here, you gotta transfer everything.
You gotta transport
and keep that stuff warm, or in case you're gonna do how you're gonna serve it.
Right.
That can be, like I said, it helps you out now, but then you can do a lot more maybe on the backside.
That's why I'm working on getting my mobile kitchen, man. That's part of it's catering brought right. And it's when I say brought right, I really do mean it by the customer service part of it, the food, consistency of the food, just the whole thing. Some people will be surprised when they call me to book me, like, so, or they'll ask a question. I'm thinking like, man, you really fooling with people that don't, is the setup and cleanup included? That's the question I get. I'm like, are you really talking to people that's not doing that? Because that's what I thought that was part of the service.
Right.
Or
because you go to a restaurant, you leave the place there.
Exactly.
In an actual restaurant, you scrape your
stuff up
from
and
the
I'm gonna take this to the kitchen.
But you're not gonna shortstop them. You're gonna give them the full service.
Full service, man.
Exactly.
I'm providing plates, cups, napkins, silverware, servers, set up, clean up. It's just like I said. When I get those questions, I really be thinking like,
what's going on?
Well, who are you dealing with that you got to ask me that because you're not expecting that? Because I feel like that's the level it should be.
Correct. But a lot of people will be, you have to book the caterer, then book the server. Then you have to provide your own everything else. That's cool that you got.
I got a whole little staff of people, man, that I can call. Not little, they big.
Put big on it.
Yeah, I got a whole staff that I can call, man. Like I said, I fed up to 500 people, and I got an army I can call in, and not just call in, but I pay them. So that's a lot of people take that term boss and get it twisted. Boss don't mean you just run the company. Boss mean you put money in other people's pockets.
And you take care of your people.
That's actually in the actual definition. You got to have people below you in a sense. You got to actually have employees.
Yeah, right.
You can't call yourself a boss and you just run it.
Yeah. No, that's not boss move.
A lot of people have to be. I think kids say no, they be capping and stuff.
They capping. So yeah, man. I just get. Like I said, I just love to see everybody win and eat, and especially if you can do it directly under me, because I'm, I have events three days in a row, like just this past weekend, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I had events.
Oh, really?
And my staff, they ate good this weekend. And I'm proud to say that I was able to put some money in their pocket that they, might not necessarily have had.
So this, because touch upon that a little bit, like, what's the? You said 3 days, whatever. What's the? I guess the overall amount, the biggest thing you've done thus far?
Last Christmas, man, I would say I had 6 events in 3 days. And that was, I'm talking about just humping. Right. I would do an event or I would send a team. That's when I really took the grasp of, it's my company, but I can't put my hands in every single thing. I gotta trust the people that I pay.
Delegation.
I gotta trust them. So what I started, I sent them off one direction. I would go this direction, or and it worked out. And that was the first time I did it. But it was 6 events in 3 days. So that was 2 events a day, or maybe one day. I think it would maybe been 3.
People? Did you spend 7 days?
In 6 days.
Overall,
overall. Well, I know one of the events was the Arkansas Apartment Association. That was 250 people by itself.
Gotcha.
Man, I can't. If I had to guess, I'd say probably about 500, 600 people.
That's good. Everybody had a good time.
Everybody, there was no complaints.
You didn't get no red flags on the website, nothing. So everything was smooth. That's what's up.
But if I did get one, as I stated earlier, man, you do have to have losses to. It's not. If you're always winning, you're not learning nothing. It's cool to win. It is cool to win. Don't get me wrong.
It's awesome to
it feels good.
Yeah.
But, when you take that loss, in the end, you step back and you really look at it and you're thinking, okay, well, I learned a lesson because it's something that you was missing or you wasn't doing right. So.
Do you have a favorite type of event that you like? I'm good at this, and I enjoy it for the most part everything. But I really love doing.
I love when I do. When people call me for like an appetizer setup where I have a display where I get to do a display because it's fun to to do the buffet style and stuff like that. But when I do the displays, when you get the meatballs and the mini tacos and the different flavored wings and stuff like that, or the chocolate fountain and stuff, and I get to put the fountain in the middle and then just make
the
this
presentation of it.
I get to do that.
Extra artistry into it. Yeah,
those are the ones I really enjoy because that's the one that really gets the wow factor. Because when they see it, it's just like when the people that have paid me for it, when they walk in and see it, they're just like, that's what I was talking about. That's what I was.
Everything I envision, it's right there.
It's just as flat as I thought it was going to be.
Even more like real,
man. Chris Jones, when I did his election watch party this past whenever they had the election thing.
Okay.
That was one of the times I got to really show out and do a display like that. They had all kinds of finger foods and stuff like that.
Right.
Hummus on crostinis and just different meatballs and just different things like that. And I had it laid out, man. And he came in himself and just kind of looked at it and was just like, he just kind of gave it, it was a side of food, but it was like, I like
and then
it.
you can sit back and be like, I did that. Yeah, I did that right there. So that's what's up.
At the end, like when things are done, like success, blah blah blah. I know it's like I guess a little sigh of relief, right?
It is.
But like same time, like. But
It worked out, right?
Talk to me about real quick between the next call or the next big thing, like. Cause there's really no rest in for itself.
It's not, man, because
It's your baby, so
I'm looking in the book. I got 3 different places where I'll have an order, or somebody call me. I put it in my phone. I put it on my wall at the house. I got a big calendar for the whole year. For the whole year, and I just look up there, or I got a book that my Bible, I call it, that I put all my stuff in. So. When the event's over, I'm in my book looking, okay, well, this is what I got coming up next. Okay, I got to start ordering stuff. So I start pricing and start looking on.
You can't really taste your food like they say.
I don't, man. That's crazy.
Most of the time when you cook, you really don't.
Sometimes, like for example, you have to rush to eat your food, you have to scarf it down, you really get to taste it. But in your case, you have a successful event, you can't really enjoy it because you got to get it for the next one.
I'm right back on the next one, man. And that you just got to stay on it. There's not going to be a point where I'm going to ever just be like, I done made it, I ain't got to worry about it, or it's going to come, I'm going to still, even once I got a kitchen manager now and stuff, and even I know I get on his nerves, but I love you, John. But shout out to John. I know I get on his nerves, man, but it's just, I got to have it, my hands in it, I got to make sure. Because it's my brand, it's my name.
Of course. You don't want to end up like Rick Ross did not too long.
That's so crazy. It's like people don't even realize that he didn't do it.
He didn't do it. It's just the people that he put in place to handle these.
He got.
But it's his brand on it. So when you got your name on it, it kind of falls back on you in a sense.
It's ownership.
Even if you didn't get your hand in.
It's ownership of everything.
Because I understand that. For hiring those people.
Facts,
and so you got to. I stay going. I keep looking ahead, trying to plan the next events and stuff like that. And then honestly, if I do see some time where I don't have nothing planned, I'll plan something for me and my wife. We'll go to Hot Springs, or we'll just go, Dallas, just make a quick trip or something, just to get out and go do something for ourselves as well.
Already. Well, conclusion, brother. Like anybody want to shout out, like to whoever you started to begin with, anybody up to this point, man, let everybody know. Here, so listen up, guys. This is for you.
Like I said, all my staff, John Davis, man, he's in there every day with me, getting it in the mud. If there's anybody when I completely in my mind make it to that successful point, it's gonna be him that I'm gonna take with me. That he ain't got to worry about working or nothing. I'm just gonna take care of that brother because he done took care of me.
So like he Jay-Z, you Memphis Bleak.
That's my Memphis Bleak. That's 100%.
That's it right there.
Yeah. So John, and then all the people that I really network with. My boy Mac Royals. I appreciate he's an R&B singer here in Little Rock, and he's blowing up real quick. I think he says he's got an album coming out in November. So y'all make sure y'all
look out for that.
Look for Mac Royals, Nikita Bolden, Bold Events, just all my people that I fool with. Boss Lady, Miss Rhonda Aaron.
Cool.
Just man, it's so many names. I don't want to start naming names.
I want to get you the opportunity because sometimes and I seen you do this, but sometimes we forget to like, you know what? It ain't just about me.
It's not, man.
Give somebody a pat on the back.
Yeah, because without these people, I wouldn't be where I'm at. So I want to make sure that opportunity just to at least do a little bit of that.
Shout out to Little Rock, man. Like for real, like I'm starting to see a growth in Little Rock where we kind of getting away from we don't always have to be, you know, doing ratchet stuff. Like we got some classy people in Little Rock that want to get out and do classy things. So shout out to y'all for coming out to do these classy things.
And that way you ain't always got to shoot out of town. And you can actually be here. You know, we can do it here. It's people here that like to go out, have a good time, let their hair down after working a long week. Let's do it, man.
You ain't got to go to Dallas and Memphis and Atlanta and all them places to get there. We got people here at home that can do it. Just give us the opportunity to do it and show you what we can do.
Give them a chance.
One last time, just make sure people know where to go, how to reach out to you. Let them know one more time.
Facebook, Instagram. I do a little TikTok, but I don't really fool with it. But it's CBR.
So you know
CBR. No. My daughter, she might fool with this stuff. I tried to get her to. You know what? It's crazy. Just I know you said shout out stuff or we're wrapping up, but I just want to say, man, my 13-year-old daughter, man, I tried to incorporate her and just give her something to do where she can do my media stuff.
Man.
She don't even want to do it.
She'll come around. She'll come around.
Yeah, but it be like this generation a little bit different. So yeah.
But Facebook, Instagram, it's all the same. CBRZ Catering, CBR's Catering. You can also reach me at my website www.cbrzcatering.com. My phone number is 501-541-7433. And that's about it, man. And then
that's real. He gave y'all his number.
Drop that deposit.
Everybody don't do this.
Drop that deposit.
Drop that deposit.
And call me, man. I do consultation. I'll talk to you. We can talk all day long. Any questions?
But it ain't real to that money.
I mean, that's just the truth.
It's just business. It ain't nothing personal.
Yeah, you know, that's just
the truth.
all
day long.
So y'all can call me, ask me any questions, any menus. You can check out my website, or I can create a menu for you. Just whatever we need to do. Go to Uncle T's, get my seasonings. The Magic Dust and the All-Purpose are the two that's at Uncle T's right now. And then website, you can catch all of them on there. I ship out of town. I'll even go out of town to cook. I've had some people kind of talk about that, but we hadn't really got there yet. But I will fly out of town and cook for you if you need me to. So.
That's what's up.
No, thanks very much for coming through.
No, I appreciate you.
I wanted to have her here, but she couldn't be here. But shout out to the classmates. You know what she is. But man, appreciate you blessing the channel.
Nah, man, I thank you for having me here. And anytime you need me to come back, man. This is not going to be the only time.
Of course. Yeah. And we had a little conversation offline. We got some stuff
coming up.
Hey, just give us some time. We'll put it in front of you.
Yes, sir.
Real quick, one last time, JD, how can they find you?
JD Hill on Facebook, _Solution 285. We got Wine Talk on the 501 Witty channel. We got the Ladies Lounge on the 501 Witty channel. We got the base. We at the base right now. So make sure that y'all tune in, check us out, subscribe, like, hit the bell, notifications.
We doing everything. Like we are black creators, arts, all of the above, and we just trying to make sure we give people the platform, connections, support.
Just support. It don't take nothing to hit the bell. So it don't take
and like I
nothing.
said,
and we here in the city. We doing it for the city. So.
Always for the 501 and 870. That's fine too.
We do it for the 479 if y'all want us. If y'all want us, hey, we need everybody. So
if you've not checked my independent like short films out there, just go to my actual YouTube channel, Clyde won't say the third. You have Next Door Strangers, the Textbook Tyrant. You also have Deads that dropped back early August. We're filming Clarity coming up pretty soon. That'll drop. I'm probably gonna put that around Thanksgiving time. Just let some time breathe and things like that.
Yeah, I just had the event and everything.
Yeah, shout out to everyone who was at the showcase this Friday showing support. That was really awesome to see all this black people come together.
That's good to hear.
Supporting the arts. John T. Barry, Kayla Richardson, Keith Harper, Dalen Weatherly, Quasi Harshaw, Mr. Collier, Mike Day, shout out to the GOAT up there in Northwest Arkansas. Who else? Brian Barnes too with Not Alone, man. Everybody who showed out and showed the film, man. It was awesome.
And like he's been saying the whole time, it's an avenue for everybody. It's enough room for everybody to win. We ain't in competition, man. Everybody needs to just, it ain't a competition when you want to see everybody win. So let's run to the finish line together.
Yeah, that's it. But subscribe. Hey, thanks for joining us. We'll be back. Hey, go back and watch the old podcast. Catch yourself up to this point, and we'll see you guys on the next show.
Indeed. Appreciate you. Thank you.